Testing 1, 2, 3. There we go. We got sound. I just played that whole musical introduction and nobody heard a damn thing for the first 4 minutes. Papa Grizz, good morning to you, baby doll. Shauna Lee. Great, Shauna Lee. Testing 1, 2, 3. Give me a 77 if you can hear me on the side chat. Give me a 77. 77. Oda Mae Cooper. Good morning to you, honey. I think probably last night Oda Mae had more fun than she's had in a while. Get some of that stress on of being that lonely mod that likes to be a drama chick. And what is it? Oh, you heard the music, but you didn't hear me. That's weird. It's like an automatic cancellation. Look, Alan David, the news unit says no mod is a good mod. Actually, there are limits on here, and I'm going to get to that in a couple minutes on the chat because I have very strong feelings about that. People contacted me. There are certain people that offer to mod, like Uber Goober lady, but she does enough on her own that I want her to enjoy, when she comes on and she has health struggles and things like that. And I want her to be able to be sort of ring fenced off from worry. I want her to come in and enjoy. Are you testicling? What? Testicling? Oh, Klessling. Auto cutoff. Yeah, I mean, it's like when I start to talk, it just hits the auto cutoff. Yeah, I hate you guys. Oh shit, it's too funny. So yeah, got up. I came home last night, literally, guys. I hopped in the shower to get some of the funk off of me down there. I almost thank you, Susan. I almost could have spent the night. Nice to see you, Susan. Almost used to say, almost thought last night I'm just going to pull in next to Meteor Man's van and I'm just going to spend the night down there in Oakland last night. But I thought too many people would have freaked out and gone crazy. How you doing, Vanessa, you lovely thing? Want to give some shout outs to all the kind people from yesterday. There were so many. Thank you, Connie. There were so many people. I had a day of fear and a day of fun, but let's just start with the shout outs to very supportive people from Happy Meal. I had the lovely Glenda Sully come on to the channel and he threw me a $2 tip. What a joy. I can't wait to get up to New Jersey and I'm going to buy Glenda a big steak up there, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to go choo-choo and hang out together. Cornholio, just so many people. Fritz Fred, we're so kind. How you doing, Metallic? My baby doll. Nice to see you, Canadian Callie. Nice to see you, Nathan. Good morning. Good morning to you, Hazel. Did I miss something? Good morning, Joey D. Good morning, brown-eyed girl, you beautiful thing. Oh, you like that? I knew you like that. Harvey's all about the tatas, so wardrobe check. Hey, Joseph Kane. Good morning to you, my friend. I should say good evening to you. I hope that you are doing well. We have consumed mass quantities of chocolate here. Thanks to you, and not a day goes by here. Whether I'm using the oven mitts, the scale for weighing out baked goods, amounts of ingredients, things, or the chocolate that you bestow on us, I just want to give you a personal thank you on behalf of Missy Jenn and I. Once again, your knowledge of me as a total screw up has once again been confirmed on the Easter season. But then again, you probably knew that. That's what makes Rosie, right? The best laid plans of mice and men. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see. Semper Fi, you, Jerry. I'm gonna buy Glenda a big steak out there up there in Jersey. Actually, I can't wait to get up to Jersey to get back to the old stomping grounds over on Coney Island, Neptune Avenue, over that way. Cute Kitty, how are you? Andrea, you know what, honey? Anytime that you're here in my chat, she says, sorry, I missed it, Rosie. You had mom going on. Look, anytime you're in my chat is prime time fun. Okay. Bottom line, Cobra John, how are you, sweetheart? I'm trying to make you chubby. I'm sorry to hear about your about your mom down there. Yujiro Semper Fi to you, my friend. Are you taking another cross? I am. Mark Handler, nice to see you, sweetie. I'm going to be traveling a lot. I'm going to be traveling a ton. One of the reasons people have said, oh, why are you doing these? Why are you starting to do the overnighters in the van? Why are you starting to do the, going down to places like Oakland and San Rafael and other places that we've gone, Point Reyes Station? I'm starting to get into the flow of more and more getting myself comfortable on foot, getting my equipment set so that we can have good shoots. Like yesterday, we went over a little bit over 5 hours with I'm going to be up in Boston, brown-eyed. Beautiful. I love Boston. Love New England. But had no fails. We didn't lose the stream. The worst thing that happens when you're doing a stream is it'll break into 2 or 3 components because you lose the signal for too long. Then Streamlabs considers that you wanted to end that stream, and then if you push the restart, it starts a new stream. It does not hook them together. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, honey. This is my shaggy dog kind of look. So yeah, I hope your mom's doing better, Andrea. I screwed up, Joe. I screwed up big time. There are so many, well, I'm not going to go down there. We get so much stuff in here in the way of, I don't put it too much on the vintage. I'm not going to go down there. Anyway, Joe, I screwed up. I always screw up. Cesar, what happened? How could Cooper block your main account? Cooper doesn't even hold a wrench. You mean Copper? Copper? I can't unblock you in the middle as you miss your turns. Oh my God, Shauna Lee, we'll get to that in a minute on yesterday. But you mean Copper? Is that who you mean? Copper can't block anybody. I don't have. The only person that can block people is somebody with a wrench on here, and usually I go through the next morning. I think only one person got blocked out yesterday. That was Alan Gold. Because Alan Gold went after Jen with her MS and called her an exploiter of multiple sclerosis, which I thought was a little untoward. I did want to start by giving you an update on Missy Jenn. Okay, take care, Nathan. Thank you, sweetie. When she gets infused, thank you, Rex. When she gets infused, yeah, thank you, Jen. Remind people to hit the live chat. When she gets infused with this Genentech Ocrevus, it takes a while for the momentum of that infusion to bear fruit. So in reality, even though she got infused on Friday, and you saw us down in San Francisco at UCSF, and I hope you enjoyed the video to sort of give people hope about MS and that there are treatments. Her physical stature, her physical status is still declining even a day or two after the infusion, and it will be continuing to do so for a week to 2 weeks. It has to stop dropping down her physical weakness and things, and then the infusion starts to kick in, and it starts generating enough momentum that it starts to remap her immune system, and then she begins to feel better. She doesn't have any attacks of any active multiple sclerosis attacks that are hitting her. So I want to thank those of you who were kind enough to, thank you, Kelly Kay, those of you who were kind enough to reach out, and everybody does. I miss Missy Jenn. I was kind of shocked at Alan Gold yesterday, but I treat every chat as a separate chat, and I think Alan Gold just wanted to come in with a shock kind of thing yesterday. So how you doing, Cheryl? Nice to see you. I can't explain people. I can't explain what they do, and the crazy stuff that they do. People come in for different things. Some people are uplifting and positive, and some people, he had been on a thank you, Papa Grizz, you're sweet. I know Joe Kane does, and a lot of other people. I'm kind of that intolerable sidecar on the deal that you would just like to see those bolts come loose and Rosie just goes skittering off. Good morning, Johnny Wad. Good morning. Thank you, Christine Applegate. I appreciate it. See, Rosie goes skittering over the hills for that. So I wanted to shout out all the kind people on the daily. We don't always think, oh, Cesar was blocked. Well, he might have been okay. All right, you don't want to mess with Odome. There's so many people that enrich our lives. You think about a Joe Kane. And I thought long and hard about this the last week after Easter week. Take all that time. He's no spring chicken. Still a very robust individual, but takes all that time to prepare and ship. And I'll tell you, shipping costs from Australia to the United States, you can imagine the cost of that. To ship all that box of goodies and that, just think people do so many things for us on the daily, and we feel bad. We really do wish people would stop sending us stuff because, you work hard for your money. You've earned it. We always feel like, oh my God, and this is just such a lot of effort to go to. And, okay. Yeah. Well, Odome, if you're going to play, that was a beautiful Easter box. It was. And it's not so much the expensive chocolate and all. It's to take the time to accumulate all that stuff, professionally pack that, and then ship that. And you don't really have a way to sort of honor that. And to tell you, I don't feel bad, Joe. I just feel like I feel frustrated sometimes because the main thing that we love about the people in here is the friendship that we get. Okay, whether anybody ever sent anything at all, whether anybody ever tipped out $1, $2, anything, it would not. I'd still be doing the same stuff on the daily, day after day after day. And it is amazing, Mark, how much people care. And it's something that I've kind of grappled with, because when you come on YouTube, you see, good morning, Sandy. Thank you, sweetie. You sort of see yourself as just like a dot. You see yourself as a little dot on the YouTube map. And for years, you live that small dot. And then, of course, the channel grows. It's still a very tiny channel by YouTube standards. But it becomes like a momentum. More people come on, and then more people and then before you know it, people want to do kind things for you. They want to say, hi, hey, I enjoy what you're doing on a daily. We just wanted to have, we wanted you to have that, like Mr. Z, like Joe Kane, like Joe D, all the people. Katie did down in Mississippi. But the funny thing is, you still think of yourself as that small dot. You don't think of yourself as any different because one of the things, I'm like the same jerk I was 6 years ago doing the same dumb stuff on the channel. But it's just, Jen's doing okay. Johnny Watt says other companies should follow China supplement shipping costs to make shipping international cheap. Well, it costs a lot of money. I mean, you ship something from Australia, you pay a fortune to do that, for example, or from the UK. International shipping is brutal. Yeah, Missy Jenn, she cycles through, hey Radar, she cycles through her infusion therapy. There's a lag effect, what we call a lagging effect. It doesn't immediately, it's not like taking an amphetamine or something like that, or a caffeine boost, it takes a week or so, a week to 2 weeks to really start having the benefits kick in. And Ned, how are you, sweetie? Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know, Joe Kane. I always think I always have room for improvement. I tried to put a spiritual dimension starting in 2019. I mean, I do crazy stuff. You know, the exhibitionist, the fool, but it's just me. You know, we got to be us. And one thing I've always been is never contrived to do things. I've just done things that I genuinely wanted to do that are me. And the proof of that is I'm able to sustain that year in, year out, year in, year out. Yeah, I might lose a few people along the way, but it's amazing the people that are still with me after all these years. MS Christine Applegate Cesar says, what exactly does MS do? It is the immune system attacking the nervous system, your communication system. All of your nerves have what's called a myelin sheath on top of it. It has a protective sheath. If you think of a knife that goes into a sheath. Well, those nerves all have a covering on them. Now imagine if that covering is stripped off, man, all of a sudden now your nerves have no protection from the outside world. They're firing off, they're causing pain, they're causing contractions, there are a lot of involuntary movements, spasticity. That's what MS does. What this infusion does is it stops the process of that stripping, rebuilds the immune system so that the immune system for that stretch of time stops attacking itself. In other words, it halts the progression temporarily of new flare-ups, new involvements of new nerves and tissues of attack, which is very amazing. When you think of a clear liquid hanging in a bag that totally takes down your immune system, takes all your B cells down, and then rebuilds it from the ground up. When you want to think about the wonders of genetic engineering, and I know we curse a lot of times the cost of drug companies and drug therapies, but can you imagine a developmental cost that goes into a genetic engineering product like that? It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. Does MS make you feel that burning? Yes, she does. She has tingly sensation of pins and needles, all that. Misfires. It's like if you have a bundle of wires that are actively carrying telephone signals or power, and they're shorting out. The covering is coming off the wires. They're touching each other. You can imagine the shorts, the involuntary movements. How you doing, your girl, Jay? Nice to see you. Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease. So she's actually very hopeful. This is the first thing that's come along and that actually slows and in some cases halts the progression of this terrible disease. And you go, you know, and then there's some things down the step. And remember, one of the reasons I wanted Missy Jenn to come to California was because she could avail herself of the University of California medical system, which is one of the most advanced in the world. Other than the Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins University in Maryland, and up at Harvard Medical and Boston General, and those, there aren't a hell of a lot of sites that are really renowned for medical research. And Jen is very lucky. When I brought her out here, not only did she have a treating neurologist, but this neurologist only specialized in multiple sclerosis. And this doctor is also a PhD in chemistry and a research scientist. So he always knows what's going on the frontiers, and he's talking about new treatments now that actually rebuild nerve and recover nerves with new tissue. Rosie, tell them how that hospital and you and Jen sent that good luck to me in Michigan. Yeah, well, we wanted Andrea. She's one of the members in the community that deals with brutal. I guess it's relaxing and I don't know, returning and remitting or whatever. It comes in waves, and it really screws with Andrea's life because she's somebody that wants to be very, very active. Hi, East Coast lady. How are you? Yeah, rebuild. So that's what I'm saying. Your girl, Jay. This is on the frontiers. This is why I wanted Jen to have to come to California, secondary progressive rights, so that she could come out and avail herself of the very frontiers of treatment and research of multiple sclerosis with a doctor that only specializes in that. None of the other myriad of neurological diseases that typically fall under although he's a neurologist, his specialization is multiple sclerosis. Missy Jenn's insurance does not cover the procedure. This is another wonderful thing of companies like Genentech and a lot of the pharmacy companies. If you cannot afford medications, and I will tell you, this infusion costs $100,000 each time it is done. There's no way on God's green earth except the Bill Gates of the world, the Warren Buffetts, the Jeff Bezos's, Mark Zuckerberg's could afford this kind of treatment. Genentech, through its compassionate care program, totally absorbs the cost of that. And UCSF waives the cost of the infusion center for Missy Jenn. So, next time you want to curse what goes on in the field of medicine, there are very, very many bright spots in that too. So the reason the cost is high, the components of that infused therapy are probably just organically measured in a couple pennies. It's all the years of research that are folded into that, all that overhead costs of running an operation to produce that goes in. Yep, Polly says, I hate that medicines are so expensive. It's ridiculous. Yeah, there's a lot of research and development. Yeah, so we're very appreciative. We're always very, grateful. I worked in the medical field for a lot of years. In early years, I did a lot of patient assistance stuff. Pfizer, Eli Lilly, Merck, all the big drug companies. They all had Bayer and they all had Abbott Labs. They all had assistance programs that would help people out, help that. I think you'll do well, Andrea. I think it'll go on. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a day. I'm having a good day today. Now, which brings us to yesterday, a day of fear and fun. Of course, the trolls will always tell you everything's all contrived and blah, blah, blah. But I showed visual proof on the dashboard of my van. Not only did I have the check engine light on, I had the transmission temperature light coming on. When that comes on, you go 2 blocks and your transmission, your automatic transmission, how you doing, Sean? Your automatic transmission automatically decouples itself for self-preservation from your engines. Okay? Yesterday, for whatever reason, and I know the reason, but I never went through so many fits and starts as yesterday on that. There was a potential that I would have spent the night down in Oakland down there, just pulled into a spot, hope for the best, crawl in the back, get under the sleeping bag, and just, me and Meteorite, man, we're going to just spend the night. I would have probably hiked out, gotten a 12-pack to get all drunk, lit up a fire in a little can there, sat with the boys, and had a hell of a night last night. Well, I think there's always people that think that you rig stuff in drama, but you don't have to do that. Just think of how much you have to interact with life on the daily and shit happens. Particularly, no, that warranty's long gone. That's 30,000 miles. I'm at 40,000 now. When you succeed, and I use the term very loosely, when you do, get views and you're doing something positive, You know, you're creating a legacy product like a Chooch in Oakland that people will watch for years going, it'll be a timeless kind of thing. There are people that are going to come along that don't like the way that the channel is moving. They don't like the success that you're enjoying. They want to maintain the status quo. Okay, they like people locked into place. And the reality is that in moving ahead to a man with a hammer, everything will look like a nail. So no matter what you do, some people will take off their personal grudges, their personal vendettas, their feelings of payback. And then you just have the straight out people that just enjoy trolling, which are probably the purest and okay, you know, you come on. But when that stuff happens, when you have an incident where the van is starting to blow up like yesterday, you're going to have a certain number of people. You're going to have a certain number of people that are going to come on and tell you you're making up drama. Well, one reason I can prove the drama wasn't made up was when I went on to leave Oakland, I was so discombobulated, worrying about having to stop on a bridge overpass or on a bridge because the transmission became disconnected from the engine, that I took the wrong way and found myself locked into going over to San Francisco when I did not want to go to San Francisco. The result of that was I was forced to pay $6 toll to go through the toll gate. And anybody that knows me knows Rosie don't like to spend money. So if you think, yeah, I hear you, Otame, if you think that I'm going to willingly pay money to do drama, you got another thing coming. There ain't no way. My money's glued in my pocket. There's my proof. There's my proof. Yeah, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not here to hurt anybody. You either watch it or you don't. You know, I'm not a drama channel, but yet 250 people were watching and enjoyed the stream at peak time yesterday. Okay, I don't, you know, it's not my, as you guys know, drama is something I kind of run the other way. I don't have anything to contribute. I'm an asshole. I like everybody, right? I can't drag somebody. It's not my, I don't do that stuff. I don't do it. I like being out there on the streets, engaging life, meeting colorful people. Meteorite Man, some of the ladies, some of the people that you saw on the stream yesterday. And by and large, 95% of those people are really cool with being on camera. You just got them. Yeah, there you go, Joey D. Oh, that's all right. I'm doing the best I can. I'm always like, when I was growing up, I always had my hair. It was always all over my eyes and stuff. We're doing good, Ricky. How are you and Shay doing, honey doll? Nice to see you, baby doll. So yesterday was a very fearful day for me. You know, I started the Chooch. I got a tip from a friend of mine. You got to go down to San Leandro Avenue by the Sunshine Biscuit and the Mother's Cookie Company factory. And you got to walk that row of shanties down there. And I could not believe it. That just set the tone yesterday. I have no idea. Living on swamps, drainage canals, raw sewage, people actually bathing down there, living down there. This is life. This is life in public spaces. It's not like I'm going to people's houses, knocking on their door and saying, I need to come in and check out your place. I'm on a public street. To my mind, I've got every right to walk down and video that. No problem. I don't usually run into any problem at all. But the people on my channel enjoy seeing America today, at least as far as cities. LA will be significantly worse. It'll be more rambunctious. It'll be more, what would I say, more in your face, more militant. Yeah, except for the frazzle wig. Thank you, Johnny Wad. Yeah, that wig's gone into the fire today. I'm gonna get a I got that washboard up in a tree hidden, so I'm gonna grab that washboard. I may go out this afternoon on an afternoon shoot. So I was very fearful that the van would, I don't want anybody to come and have to drive down and rescue me. The boss and Janet, they would have been there in an instant. Handsome Robert. Yeah, Mr. Pinkle said, I can't stop comparing Rosie now to the college photo if they could see me now. They did see me now at a reunion. I went in with a black cocktail dress, right? Remember me? No. What? Really? Really? Wow. You really developed. I'm going to just refresh. 180. How you doing, sweetie? I'm going to go refresh my coffee. Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly want to be. As if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, then all the kids would like me. Yes, sir. Oscar Mayer for breakfast. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh. Yeah, Harvey, show us you're free. Thumbs up for the chair. All right. I also want to thank my wonderful friend, Handsome Robert, for buying me a burger and fries and a Coke last night at the at Nations there in Berkeley. We originally intended to go down to Brennan's, but evidently it was closed. Hello, Vanessa. Yeah, likes wieners. Oscar Mayer wieners. There we go. So yeah, just to wrap up, I want to thank so Handsome Robert. Going to try to get his stereo, his multi-$1,000 stereo unit was dropped down the steps or something, so it's not working. We're going to see if we can get that thing going this week. Cornholio, thank you very much for your kindness yesterday. Much appreciated. It's always good to see Handsome Robert. He'll come up when it's, hopefully we'll get that unit running. It's not something too catastrophic on that. So it was a day of fear and fun yesterday. You know, every time I go down to Oakland, Alan Gold comes on, 10 times in Oakland, blah, blah. Every time I go down to Oakland, it's different. It's totally different. It's a major American city. It's like San Francisco. I will be in San Francisco. I will be on the road, though, to answer Mark. Yeah, I'm getting fat. Must be all that. No, it's just the way. I don't think I'm. Just pull up your drawers. I don't think I'm fat. Am I fat, Mr. Sniffles? Huh? Do I look fat? Hmm? Do I look fat? Hmm? Rosie, you're so fat. I love Mr. Sniffles. Anybody that sits down, you're gonna have a bit of rollover. You can call me Elvis. Elvis soon. Yeah, make sure you check out the Chooch. It was a great one. But every time, and remember to answer Mark Handler's question, I'm going to be on the road, Kansas City, St. Louis, Denver, spending time in these places over the coming years. San Antonio, El Paso, Indianapolis, New York, Boston, Bangor, Maine, Columbus, Ohio, Detroit, Michigan. I'm gonna be chooching with Andrea. There's so much crap we're gonna do. How you doing, Tom Finland? Oh, you is getting fatter since booze resumed. Come on, Opiami. Kelly. Oh boy. It's all funny. Yes, we're gonna have a blast. So this has all been good training. You're out of the street sweating your balls off. There you go. So I want to thank you guys for every time I go down to Oakland, I grow more fond of. I get more of a comfort factor, which means that the experience gets more fluid. You know, there's still some raunchy areas down there. You know, it's horrific to stand in front of a building like the American Supply building that was just burned, and you're thinking to yourself, Jesus, I hope Meteorite Man didn't set fire to that, having his outdoor fire pit or something, looking up at that thing. Rosie's kryptonite telling her, I like to be on the plump side. I don't want to ever be skinny. I like to be curvy. I like to be the American Emperor. Thank you, Otame. What a horrific Otame. We've seen some bad shit in Oakland. The shipwreck nightclub fire, all those people that died down there in the shipwreck nightclub fire in Oakland. That was a freak show. That city just continues to degrade. You know, it just continues to degrade. Thank you. Voluptuous is the word. Thank you, Robert. I just gave you a wonderful shout out as usual. Thank you very much for your kindness. Yeah, the ghost shipwreck, something like that. That article you mentioned, the homeless. Yeah, I think so. Oda May living next to that building. On that, that's right. How you doing, Pecan baby? So I'd rather be a little bit on the juicy, luscious side for me. I think that's what I think. Women like, man, my anxiety was off with you. I know, Jen. It was terrible for me yesterday too. Okay, it wasn't contrived, having to stop on International Boulevard every block, fiddling with the gas cap. And I know, see, at the end of it all, it's a damn gas cap. It's the gas cap, Tom. I'm going to go buy 2 gas caps. They seem to last 6 months because it's not pulling the proper vacuum. You put the reader on the thing, it's showing a sensor. Well, it's got nothing to do with that. And I'm going to get the oil changed. Yeah, I like luscious and juicy. So having a takeaway. Oh, happy birthday, Pecan baby. Faceless from all the super chat money, huh? You really think so? You think I need a facelift? I don't know. Shit, facelift. Oh man. People like to see, just, you don't need to muck around. Looks like you enjoyed yourself yesterday. We enjoyed watching you eat a cheese. Yes, Robert. Everybody likes handsome Robert on there. Gas caps. That's what I'm saying, Harvey. To have a gas cap, how ridiculous that these fuel systems are so balanced. And it even tells you on the gas cap, failure to tighten will result in your engine service engine light coming on. How dumb, Should go. Yeah, we should go metal detecting. Are you able to, Sean, with your back? Because Sean, if we go out in the field, Sean the Brit, and if we go out metal detecting and you get locked up, brother, it's going to come down on me. Oh, fuck, look what Rosie did. Took out Sean. I was in bed for a week, in shocked fetal position. That transmission light, Cobra John, is a function of that fuel. It's a function of that sensor. I drove that 55 miles last night with no transmission light coming on. That transmission is neither overheating nor anything. There's just something that kicks at. Yeah, go for gold. There we go, Joe King. Well, Sean the Brit's in gold country over there. He's in gold country. It's the sensor. Yeah, got to get that thing taken care of. Got to get that. It's absolutely related. It is 100% that gas cap. They seem to last 6 months. You can use your E-Track as a crutch. Well, let's make that happen. That would be a lot of fun. No, I haven't done a complete default reset, Cobra John. I have found when I changed out the gas cap the last time, I was good for 6 months with no issues. And then after 6 months, poor design, the seal or whatever, it does that shit. Pecan baby, thank you, honey. Plastic surgery becomes an addiction. You'll never be happy. I'm feeling very happy. Yeah, cars are getting too clever for their own goods. For their own good. What's now? So I want to thank the people that were on the stream yesterday. Even that bit of natural drama that occurred had a lot of people enjoying watching. There were some people, of course, you do have the haters that blow up the chat, hoping that you're going to explode on the road and be trapped down in Oakland. But for the most part, it's compelling. I mean, I would watch it if it was one of you guys. And there were a lot of people that gave good advice. There were a lot of people willing to pop in their cars and come over like the cavalry. That's the upside of it. That's great. I love that. But we still saw a hell of a lot of interesting sights, saw a lot of interesting people. And that's what it was quite informative with all the advice. See, I love that van is outstanding. The transmission's a sealed system. The cooling system's a sealed system. It's nice. I like that. It's only got 40,000 miles on it. There's no way I'm going to have a transmission problem at 40,000 miles. It's that dumbass sensor or whatever. Yeah, Joseph Kane should put up a video with advice for people. And if he makes the cover of Gold magazine and things with his. What most impressed me about Joe Kane was the depth that he dug down to find that nugget. He went down deep. Seen an interview with the woman who had her bra on backwards. Which one? How you doing, Susan? Yeah, you've been a little MIA lately. What's a good mod? Pecan baby, you don't have to send anything on these. You know what? You're aces. Nobody ever has to send a thin dime. It's nice when people say, hey, have a cup of coffee, blah, blah, blah. But it's not, I'm not like Elvis. I don't need that. Is it nice? Is it appreciated? You bet. But as anybody can tell you that's been on my channel, whether people tip me $1, tip me nothing, it makes no difference to me with the way I treat. I'm grateful, but you know me, it's just being here that's the fun of it, okay? A few women with back boobs. Pecan baby, you're a doll. No, Joe, I don't. I have this. Joe, the only thing I want from you is your friendship. That's it. I've had this White's XLT for years. I have brought up gold chains, silver coins. This thing has paid for itself 5 times over. Panama Pacific Exposition admission medallions. The ribbons, of course, were long gone. Pill rings. I can't tell you the stuff that I've dug up. This is 10 years old. But it's still, thank you, Bad Wolf, but it still works great. You know, I've had to tape the bottom on because of my protective pad has worn. But Joe Kane, there's no way I would ever have your skill set to be able to do what you did. Okay, I'm more like 3 inches on the surface. Most of my finds that I've ever had have been with that. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sniffles. I think the wig looks fantastic. All right. Sit that over here. My labs are terrifically expensive units. Shawarma Shank Redemption. I guess that's the Bergs on there. So they work. Yeah, you're gonna dig a lot of pull tabs. Okay, if you're gonna be a good metal detector, you have to dig every single. You have to dig every single signal. Joe Kane, you do so much for us now. No way. Okay, no way. Like I said, your friendship is numero uno to us. And so many times I feel like I've given great offense with the errors of omission that I've done. Okay. I want to put things on a plane of being a good friend of yours. That's what I want. Cindy, how you doing, sweetie? I'm sorry I didn't see the message. Here's how I'm able to super chat spam. I take surveys on an app called Google Rewards. They add money to, and yeah, that's cool, Stony. Yeah, Joseph Kane is a super friend. And I want Joe Kane to kick back, put his feet up, and just laugh at the stupid stuff I do. That's it. Thank you, Cindy. Wonderful to see you, baby doll. What's a good mod? So that's it for yesterday. Thank you. Please go back and watch the stream. It was an epic one. Lots of good stuff. Lots of wildness. The usual. A little different than the usual. Chooch. Hopefully next weekend I'll have things all ironed out. That'll be the last weekend before we take off. That'll be my last Chooch, probably in Oakland for quite a while. Because then I'll be hitting the road after Las Vegas. So, yeah, Stoney, you're no, I do, Joe Kane. We owe you a lot. We owe you a lot. Diesel said, woke up almost a foot of snow. Yikes. Wow. Yeah, you can find some neat things. So thank you. Make sure to check it out. I'm always thrilled to see the views on such a simple, just chooching around, love metal detecting tube. Now let's talk about what's a good mod. As you guys can see, there's some people that came forward. Kim C, Jen, Mouse Toes that came along. There were some other ones too. I can't add everybody, just like Uber Goober Lady. I didn't want to add her because I want her to enjoy her time here. I don't want her to have to mod. I just like her to come on and enjoy. But there's nice people like Jen, Kim C, Mouse Toes. There's a few other ones too. I don't want to leave anybody out. I just don't have that right in front of me. 407 that offered to come out and be mods. And, you know, one of the reasons that I picked like Jen and Kim C and Mouse Toes is they've been on the side chats for a long time. Yes, Yujiro too offered to mod. They've been on the side chats for a long time. And I appreciated that. Hey, Kitten Cat and Yujiro, I really appreciated that. That was very lovely. I just added a few, may add more. But there have been people that have been with me virtually every single chooch. And they've been supporters of mine, not monetarily, but just being here on the chat. And what makes a good mod is a person is able to put their personal animosities aside. I had a mod that was with me for quite a few years, one of several, but it came to the point where the mod started to try to run the show. Started to direct who could come to the chat, who couldn't come to the chat, blocking people, removing people just for showing up at the chat. Now, at the end of the day, whose chat is it? And I hate to pull the chat host card, but to my mind, the mods tailor their activities to the chat host. We all know there's some chats that people go to that as soon as somebody says boo, they're out the door. They're blocked. Their block list must be hey Nicole, their block list must be a mile long. Conversely, on the other hand, my chat, my block list is extremely short. Okay, because people learn really fast in this chat. Two things. Number one, you can say anything you want about me and I could care less. I'm not thin-skinned. I had Alan Gold on here for hours, ribbing me, busting my balls about fake drama, being in Oakland for the 10th time, being on the streets. And then the B part is, be careful what you say about other people in the chat. Careful what you say about Missy Jenn. Missy Jenn is a non-confrontational, non-drama, non-mean person. But when you suddenly get so frustrated at attacking me that you've got to drop back to plan B and attack a Missy Jenn, then you'll deal with the moderators. But when a moderator comes along and decides to try to take over the channel, direct who can come on the chats, time people out, basically become very high-handed with the wrench, it's time to go. Okay? And especially under the guise of doing something in your own for the good of you. I decide what's good for me. And the proof is the way that the channel has grown in 2019. The proof is the way that that the chooches have enlarged in size. I used to do chats would have 60, 70 people in the chat. Sometimes we'll have 250 people. People like the more freewheeling. People don't like a lot of the blocking. Okay, so that's the bottom line. How you doing, Scotty London? There you go, Nicole. Your wrench is for being Nicole. Good friend. Mr. Sniffles, it doesn't matter what you say on here, Mr. Sniffles. It doesn't matter. You're not going to goad me into getting the response that you want. How you doing, Mallory? I just ignore your trivial childlike pleadings and just roll right over them like a steamroller on a street putting down fresh asphalt. It does not move me. Because I know what your game plan is. So I put things out in objective terms that Mr. Sniffles, even you can understand. I just want the mods here to protect people from being doxxed, to protect against racism, the people that insist on flooding the chat with emojis that are out of control. Doxing people's stuff. Other than that, I don't really give a flying F about it. Okay? And that's the bottom line. Anybody have any feedback on that? Actually, I look very happy today, Mr. Sniffles. I look lovely. Hey, Miss Know It Some. You're the one that looks angry today because you can never get a rise out of me. And that's what really bothers you the most. That's what puts me to bed at night with a smile on my face, is that you will never run my show. I will always run my show because I'm so much smarter than you are. And that's the bottom line. All right. Yeah, condemned for everything that we do. So it's always a lot of amen, Susan Brown. Amen. So people can say what they want. They can have the bacchanalia of the side chat. They can go nuts, rip off your clothes, light each other's hairs and wigs on fire. It's all cool. As long as people that come are basically protected, it's okay. I don't care what you say about me, Mr. Sniffles, Alan Gold. I could care less. You'll never be blocked out for anything that you say about me. And that's the bottom line. Well, yeah, anybody that would attack Missy Jenn, but sometimes in their desperation to troll and get traction, and remember, it's all about like wheels spinning on ice. And you sit there for hours and you jab and you jab and you jab, and you get so frustrated because you don't get anywhere. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you say about Rosie, about my wig, fat, stubby, dumpy, stupid, shitty van, contrived drama. Then you've automatically lost when you then drop to plan B and attack somebody like Missy Jenn. You threw in your hand. You mucked your hand, as we say in cards. Sayonara. Yeah, I give zero fucks. That's exactly right, Kim. Zero fucks. And my moderators deal with things the way they see fit. And I never second guess my moderators. Don't whine to me the next day. Don't complain about what happened. Not my problem. Not my problem. Yeah, wig snatcher is funny. Wig snatcher. Yeah, it's Connie Lee. No one really cares. No one really cares. Some of us have been here too long, been through too much to really care anymore, to really give a hoot. 4-year-old throwing a tantrum. That's what I'm saying. When you got to drop down to that, you lost. And that's when I get the big smile on my face. When you go low, when you get so desperate that you've invested all of that time and all those hours trolling, and then the words that you want to put out get no mention. There's nothing that shows up on a replay that you can copy and paste and say, look what was said over there. Unless you pull out one of your Rosie O'Kelly clone accounts. And then people know that stuff never comes out of Rosie's mouth. Checkmate. Checkmate. So what makes a good mod? The wonderful ones I have here. Nicole, been my friend for years. She's more of an honorary just by fact that she's put up with my bullshit for 6+ years. She deserves that. Does she give a shit what people say about me? Fuck no. Is she quick with a wrench? Hell no. So that's the joy of all. Thank you, Dagan Hills. Woo! 180. You gotta have that dragon skin. You want to really get under a troll skin? You just totally steamroller over them. And that's the ultimate. You don't kick them out of the chat. You let them become so wired, so pissed off that they extinguish themselves on the chat. And that's what makes it joyful. Thank you, Liam. Thank you very much, honey. That's what makes it great. If more people would do that, they would find their time on here happier, which brings us to what happy on YouTube means. What? Happy on YouTube means doing what you set out on YouTube to do, whether it's to be an entertainer, whether it's to be an educator, whether it's to be somebody with how-to skill, somebody demonstrating, or somebody just doing drama. But if you're truly happy doing that, nothing's ever going to pull you off of doing that. Nobody's ever going to be able to change up your game. Nobody's ever going to be able to troll you to leave. Nobody's ever going to be able to do anything. They will try oftentimes to make you pick up a new set of clothes, a new format. But if you stay true to yourself, hey, Sammy Jacks, if you stay true to yourself and do the things that you really love doing, nobody will ever pull that away from you. Over time, you may lose some people that get frustrated because you don't build your channel around them and their desires. But you will have so many more people come to your channel that enjoy what you're doing, that just absolutely love it. Thank you, Kyle. Always being positive. Nice to see you, Sammy Jacks. That's funny, Nicole. That's what I'm saying, Andrea. It's on them, not me. Create your own world. Create your own existence on YouTube. Do your own content. If you don't like what somebody's doing on YouTube, move on, which many have. But for every person that moves on, 2 or 3 people come on. That should be your guiding principle of YouTube. I didn't come on here to make lifelong friends. It just happened. But some people's expectation is you just run chats, you just run things to have a place for people to hang at, and that's great for them. That's not my intention. It's why I rarely do panel chats anymore. Because I enjoy being out there doing my own thing and not having to be accountable in case somebody's feelings get hurt. Somebody said something in a chat that set people off. Look at how many time bombs blow up on the daily on chats, on panel chats, just explosions. People do crazy stuff. Why do I want to be a part of that? I'll take the harder path, but the surer path. Thank you, Miss Turner. Fraulein Jen is doing good, Richard. Thank you very much. She's weak, but starting on the comeback. Starting on the comeback. Hey, Blake, how are you? Yeah, it's going to be a crazy on Boyd no matter what. For me, I want to do the things that have a very long tail on them, the things that people will click on a year from now, 2 years from now, and enjoy it. That's the things that I like to put on here. More and more like Debbie Lynn. Hey, y'all from Greenville, South Carolina. How y'all doing? How you all doing? Take care, Nicole. Nice seeing you, sweetie. Hey, y'all. How you doing? Yeah, every day somebody's out there hurt others. That's what I'm saying. I've now totally been able to separate myself from that. Oh, thank you, Kyle. And that's the beauty. It's not for everybody. Like, I'll go out of my way to enjoy a Nicole chat because I like the spirit that she brings to it. But I get a lot of people asking me on the daily, do you miss the panel chats? Honest to God, no. I did 3 years of it. For 2 years, I did every Wednesday and Saturday. 6, 7, 8 hours. Yeah, it was good. But did it do anything? Did it do anything to pull me in a direction that I really wanted to go? Yeah, at that time, it was great. But once you've done your time, as others find out, it's time to move on and to pursue passions, pursue chats. How you doing, Norm F? I've had a few chargebacks. I'll be honest with you. I've had a few chargebacks, but not unexpected ones. Ones that I knew were kind of messing with me. Not that big a deal. Not that big a deal. Times changes to people's wants, and we all grow in different. That's right, Nicole. Things are right at the time. And you can always, I can always feel like I can pop over to a Nicole chat and have fun and laugh and have a, no, not from Norm F, of course not. Not from Norm F. And I enjoy that a lot. That's why I wish everybody the best. Yeah, there you go, Kid and Cat. I've sort of have that money ring fenced and in an impound here. Not that I don't have faith in things, but it's just wise business. That's all. Yeah, Sammy is beautiful. She's I like Sammy. I like Sammy Jacks a lot. She's awesome. There's something that makes her very unique and very fun. Good morning, Coco, Lupe, Savage, Julian. Hello. Impound the Lisa Marie. Oh, thank goodness Jan went in Friday with her new medication. Her liver was gone off the rails. I'm so glad, Jan, that everything's okay. Your blood tests. That's awesome. Good to hear that, Jan. So happy for you and so happy for you and Bruce. Yeah, Anna, I made it home. I made it home. So, and just wrapping up, happy on YouTube. Happy on YouTube. If you set out on YouTube and you stay true to your roots, then you'll sustain over the long term. But if you try, I think, to play another person's game, you're eventually setting yourself up for failure. And you'll end up having to reinvent yourself or discover your roots all over again. Puts his PayPal with Merrill Lynch. Circadian rhythm, I can't always catch you live, but I always catch you. Oh, that's cool, Richard. That's cool. Window shopping RVs. That's funny. Harvey's retracting these days. He's gonna live stream his date with Barbie girl. Awesome. You got the lovely Katie out here. Actually, I find Kitten Cat, Katie, Kitten Cat, and I have had, going back to my roots of travel. Yeah, that's the stuff you do best, Jan. Therefore, you sustain over the long term. Now you've added a hangout that's useful to people. And I highly recommend that people sub up Jan and Bruce Adams Van Adventures, because you could learn something like I did. Add a dimension from somebody that doesn't just talk about it, but's done it for years. Camping and RVing out of a conversion van. Yeah, Jen was not real happy with the stuff last night, so. Yeah, I mean, like Kitten Cat, I mean, you may not, Kitten Cat holds a mirror to you sometimes. Good times, she'll tell you good deal. Bad times, the best thing, my number one thing in Kitten Cat's eyes is that I'm not a snowflake. My worst thing with Kitten Cat is that I'm friendly with Elvis. That's the two ends of the spectrum. Almost 2 a.m. Okay, take care, Joe. Nice to see you, sweetie. Thank you again. Always honored to see you on here. Always honored. That's the two ends of the spectrum with Kitten Cat. Like Rosie, you a-hole. Yeah, let the snowflakes fly. Let the snowflakes fly. That's why I just don't remove comments off of vids and things. Things stand for their own. Yeah, I said Kitten Cat is a very binary world. It's black and white. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut down. I'm going to cook some bacon and eggs. I've got some bacon that's been sitting around here for a while. I'm going to go ahead and cook that up for Missy Jenn. And yes, Elvis has come quite a distance. He's starting to get on the positive feedback loop of some success and finding out that you don't always have to go uber negative, uber raunchy. I'm actually quite pleased with what I've seen, especially over the last 6 months or so. So stay away from the horrific things. Also, he's growing up. He's not getting any younger. He's pulling towards 40 years old. 40 changes everything. So have a beautiful day. Thank you, everybody, for being along. Thank you so much for yesterday. Have a great day.